Dick, firstly, manager of the month, you're 37th, you're racking them up now for the month of December. It was a terrific month, 3 wins, 1 draw. We went from 5th to 1st in the league. So tell us about your 37th manager of the month.
I'm going to be welcome to my humble abode, first and foremost. You know what happened after that? Every time you take a manager of the month, you get beat. So I'm not interested in any more manager of the month, right? And I'm one of the guys, seriously. Our stock's very high at the moment. Everybody wants to talk to me or my brother Ian or Paul Reid or whatever the case may be about being top of the league. But the staff need to be identified and the roles need to be identified, and the secret management for me is being able to get good staff and also make sure that their input is important. Getting the manager of the month's a reflection, there's no doubt about that, to go top of the league. I thought it was more than that. Paul saying we won 3 and I thought we went to 6 games or something. I think we won 5 out of 7 or something like that. Anyway, but that wasn't. I think everybody expected that we would get it, and then for Anton to get the players one is a reflection on how well we're doing, and it's very difficult for us to try and keep the lid on things, but you can't take away from the fact that we're top of the league and going into Saturday's game against there, we're 3 points clear. Coming out at it, we're 2 points clear. So, delighted for my staff. Absolutely delighted. And I mean everybody. I'm talking Louise, there's the kit. I'm looking at Craig Reynolds. I'm looking at my physio. I'm looking at Kevin. Kevin! Did you ever see that Home Alone? That's what Kevin's like. He's got a nippy heat. Delighted. Absolutely delighted. I hope we keep winning it. But I don't like what happens after you win them. You usually get beat. But listen, that's what it is, and Arbroath are the benefactors, really.
And you're humble with the fact is that the manager of the month is for Dick Campbell, but you recognise as well that behind you is this huge team, a guy that's put together and help you for the matches on a Saturday in training. So it is, this award goes to everyone, not just yourself.
Paul, see if you look at management, and I've earned the right to have an opinion on it. You've got to be able to pick a backroom team and give them jobs to do. Now John Young, my brother Ian's the assistant. They're both managers on their own rights. Big lad Douglas, an international goalkeeper, and the 2 young kids that have came on to the squad are learning the game. But the secret for me is didn't bring staff on unless you give them something to do. What would happen up there is if I went up, my brother Ian and John would probably assume that I'm as good as, if no better than anybody else at doing the training. I don't see it like that. I'm perfectly happy. My brother Ian taking responsibility, and John Young, as I've said, they both of them were managers for 8-9 years, so they've earned the right. I get a wee bit bored at times. I keep filling the water bottles up and that sort of thing. But that's the secret, is they wouldn't be there if they didn't feel important and have their input into it. So I've not got any issues with it whatsoever. Then you get other managers who totally do everything. I don't do a thing. All I do is my wee bit on a Saturday, and what I do is I build team spirit and build football teams, and the rest of the work inside it is down to my staff.
Yeah, and then you've clearly seen that on the pitch. We've talked to you a few times in the last few months, and you were wanting to get to that 40 points target, which was the bugle moment, as you'd put it. And are you at the stage now where your league status is all but confirmed as you wanted it, that was the remit
Yeah.
to start. Are you now focusing on a different remit as we go into the second half of the season?
Well, you're getting the exclusive ball, because this is the first time I'm going to take the lid off it. Right? We'll look as if we're going to stay in the league. Right? What am I going to do now? We've beaten everybody in the league. We're well respected by everybody in the league. What have we done to be respected? That's what I've got to do in the second half of the season. Players go out. I'm losing 3 players this week, but I'm bringing in 2/3. It's my job. My job is to finish as high as possible in the league, and that's what we'll be going for. I'm not going to lie down and think, oh, that's it, we've done what our objective was, to stay in the league and to develop the football club. You don't bring the Paul Reeds to this club and the players of my quality unless we've got goals that are going to take Arbroath to the next step. So I'm absolutely delighted, and I'll certainly be having a go from now on. And where that takes us, I have not got a clue. But I'm not going to shout my mouth off and say we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But there's one thing certain, I'm going to have a go. And if it takes us where the playoffs, fine. If it takes us up, fine. I'm not sitting here saying that. What I'm saying is, I've got to get back. I've got to play the season out. We've got 16, 17 games to go. And if you were to get 30 points out of that, Jesus, what we're talking about here, miracles. As Alex Ferguson says, you're doing a miracle up there. I'm not so sure about that, but first half's finished. Let's go on the second half.
Have you found that, looking at the first part of the season, that's been a job in itself, is keeping the lid, as you say, on things, because from outside influences, people will speak to players, media outlets will ask. We saw a few of them speaking to the guys last week, and it's the first question I want to ask about going into the Premier League. Have you found that to be a tough job as well, just try to keep the lid and keep it?
It's not been an obstacle, Paul. It's just there. It's interesting. Pick up a paper this morning. Pick up the paper last week. Before Derek McInnes was appointed at Kilmarnock, there's 6 of the so-called top reporters in Scottish football have assessed last year, because it's the time of year, new year, and they're looking who's going to win the championship. Not one of them mentioned Arbroath. 6 of them. And we're 3 points clear. Not one of them mentioned Arbroath. Which I use as a reason for a cause we need. Then I picked up a paper this morning, and all of a sudden Kilmarnock are hot favourites because Derek's manager. Good friend of mine, good golfing partner. And I do, if anybody has got more behind them or more opportunities, it'll be Kilmarnock. But I'm sure Kilmarnock will be more worried about playing us than we will be worried about playing Kilmarnock. But again, I don't like my people being disrespectful towards Arbroath, because we're not disrespectful to anybody else. But it's only other people's opinions. We're part-time, and the 6 people that didn't mention us probably take that into consideration and think, it's a flash in the pan. 6 years flashes in the pan, up 2 leagues, and starting the season, starting the second half of the season clear. Let's see where it takes us, well, because there should be an inbuilt determination in our team to do better. Yeah. And my chairman will be sitting there terrified, because he's going to have to live with the possibility of finishing as high as possible, as high as Arbroath's ever finished. What a time he's had since he's become chairman. Jesus, 2 championships and top of the league. It doesn't get any better than that.
And for you as well, you mentioned you came into the club, and the club was in the bottom half of the 2nd division.
Half the bottom of the Sporting Post, Paul. That's what I call it.
Yeah, and I mean, where we are now, step back from it just for a moment and just sort of see, you know, what you think and your coaching staff, the chairman and directors have done there, and you think that the club where we are now, you must be, you know, absolutely delighted when you actually see the work that's been done, that you've been a major part of also.
There's a unity about them. There's a unity about my chairman, his board of directors. I'm sure they wouldn't want any accolation or adulation or whatever you call it. But they all work, everybody works, Paul. I love that. I love that determination about us. Everybody here, we all work. And if you walk, I always felt before I went to Arbroath they were a good, clean football club. And they still are to me. They've got a fantastic attitude to hospitality. They treat people magnificently. Okay, I have to accept it. We've done really well as a management team. But with all the support that you get for everybody, I'm not surprised. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And you know, just look back on the manager of the month, if we say the 37, say I think Anne-Marie's cabinet's now going to need an extension on it.
What?
The next one, but can you remember the first as well, as much as you can?
Oh yeah, boy, it goes back to breaking. My wife's got a great way of putting it in perspective, right? You can see I've got 6 fireplaces in here, right? And it's all for manager of the month. My wife says, "Don't you be big-headed, you've been doing it for 34 years, it's only one a year," she says. And you didn't get big-headed, but honestly, see when you win it, you're just dying to get the next game out the road. Yeah. Nobody's wanting to win them. Because it's an unbelievable statistic how many times people, I'm not blaming manager of the month for Saturday, there's Big Anton went out and scored 3. But a fascinating acceptance of that from everybody in Arbroath. Me personally, it's nice. It's nice. I couldn't care less if I won another one. But I certainly appreciate Glen's Vodka for everything they do, and you know, I'm very, very happy for everybody connected with the club, and I'm a wee bit happy about. I like sticking it into 1 or 2 of them, you know.
Yeah, and well, 7 promotions. We're glad you're now talking about the 8th.
Well, it's 10. It's 10 altogether if you count as a coach. It's 10 promotion. But listen, in terms of us, I'm talking about me and my brothers and everybody else connected with the club. Nobody expected Paul at the start of the season. If you'd said to me when you came in, I think Dick, I think Arbroath in the first week in January will be top of the league, I'll be saying, Dick's lost his marbles. He's lost it altogether. But as what it is, it's just a phenomenal. I can't thank the players enough for their patience, for their education, for their work rate, for their ethic. And honestly, I've not got any superstars. Big Newbley goes away with the best. You know, everybody at Arbroath loves him. But we're now looking one door shuts, one door opens. Who's going to replace him? You know, if I get bringing Big Jack Hamilton in, your fans loved him last year. I'm looking to bring in a big player this week, and I'm also looking for another one the following week. So I'm always at it, as they say. Dick's always at it. I've always been able to change things in the window, Paul, to try and get better. Now, what is becoming very, very interesting now, and how difficult it is to get better. Because there's no part-time team in this country going to give me a player, because if they can't get a game in the part-time teams in there, they'll not be good enough for me. So I'm really looking for players who are coming from a higher level, or young boys in the higher levels team. But it's few and far between. I really am delighted with Mickey coming back as a player, like a refreshed player. He played on Saturday and he'll play this Saturday. There you are. We've not had him for 14 weeks. Big Liam Henderson's back fit. Hilson looks as if the edge is going back to him. Big Luke Donnelly, they've all got to be tested. But the biggest thing that you've got is the defence. You know, imagine getting beat with an own goal on Saturday, but listen, that is what it is. I thank everybody for the manager of the month thing. I know if we were to win it again, we've had a good month. So.
Yeah, no, but I think we thank you, Dick, as well for what you're doing at the club. It's incredible, and on behalf of everyone at the club, well done for the manager of the month award. And I know you won't want to say it, but we do hope you get many more.
So they are. I never got a chance to wish everybody a happy new year. So come on, let's get the 500 thing out the road and get the fans coming back. It's a shame I haven't got that, because there's the whole club's moving forward.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Let's bring it on.
No. Thanks, Dick.
All the best,
Paul. All the best for Saturday against Rangers.
Thank you.
Thank you.